Good morning and welcome to the Real Prosperity Project. My name is Tanisha Tearing and we have...
It's Charlene Reedman. I feel like I'm a special guest today.
She's back! We're so
Woohoo!
excited. Yes, Char is back in the house.
Back in the house, back in the north, back in the north.
Yes, and welcome back. So, welcome to all of our viewers and our listeners. We are the Real Prosperity Project, and as always, we are here to help you foster a prosperous mindset in your day-to-day life so that we can build some prosperity in your life and you can go and change others' lives too. So, welcome. We're here to talk about real stuff all the time, no editing. We are here and happy to be back with Char.
Yes, happy to be back. Almost kind
Where
of.
were you? Tell our guests where you were.
Well, so up in northern BC, we had the most snow. I should have actually looked up the stats, but the most snow in a very long time since I can even remember. And, usually by mid-April, you have some disbursement of the snow is starting to go. And I just took a look at that snow and I was like, I can't take it anymore. So I hopped in my little car and I drove down and visited my one sister for a few days. And then I hopped on the airplane and went even further south where my other sister lives and got to enjoy golfing, green grass, the ocean. Yeah, just it was lovely. And then came back at the end of April, and good news, snow is gone. A little bit left in the trees, but yeah. So I'm so grateful I got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It was
I'm grateful that you got to do that too, because A, you got to spend quality time with your sisters,
yeah,
and B, you got to bring the sunshine back to the north. And man, has it ever
exactly.
been beautiful up here since Char came back.
Yeah.
She
See?
brought it with her, and I'm so
Come
happy.
with me. Yeah. And good news, our golf course is going to be open starting this week. He posted his little videos and he's like, yeah, not opening yet. Cause it usually, same thing, like he's usually open about mid-April, you
Yeah.
know? So it's even for our farmers out here, they're usually out on the fields and they're just starting to maybe get out there because now the ground is quite wet, but we needed it. 100%. We needed it. And I was just talking to a friend of mine that lives down in the Okanagan, and they had no snow. I think they had one day. And he says that's going to be horrible, probably for them come
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is like last year, you guys up in the north were struggling hard with water.
Yes.
Hard with water shortages. And
Yeah.
so this year, like you said, both your dugouts are
Oh, yeah. They're
full, you've got
to the
lots of
rim.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we definitely needed it. But at the same time,
Yeah.
and then when I came back, everything was like brown, right? Like,
Hmm.
but now the buds, even the last 2 days on the trees, they just from morning to going to bed on Sunday, they popped.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so that's pretty
awesome.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
and where my sister lives, she lives not on the island, but on the mainland, which you have to take. It's really hard to get to. But anyways, they have like flowers, like full in bloom flowers.
wow.
Yeah.
And flowers just make you so happy.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
totally.
I'm just picturing my gardens now and I'm like, "Oh, I can't wait till everything's blooming. It's going to look so beautiful."
Hmm.
Yeah. I have really crazy news for our listeners. I'm
Oh, yeah.
really excited. My husband got a new job. He's been
Yay.
off on EI for a couple of months because the project he was working on ended. And he was on the job board waiting for something to come up. And it
Yep.
happens to be up north where Charlene is.
I'm so excited.
So this summer, I'm going to take the camper and my husband is already going to be up there in the camper. And we're going to go up and we're going to spend time up there and visiting Charlene. And I have several other friends up north and we get to be a little closer together. So we're going to have to do a podcast in person
Oh,
together in the same room. It's going to
yeah.
be
Like we could sit on our couch or sit outside.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, we can sit outside.
Yeah.
Heck, we could just take our phones and like film on a walk or something if we wanted to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be awesome. Very
Yeah, it
excited.
will be. So that'll be really fun, and I'm really excited and feeling blessed to get to spend the summer visiting family and friends and just seeing a different landscape up north because it is a little bit different than here. So
Yeah, totally. It is, that's one thing. The summers here, even though they're short, they're generally very, 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 very nice.
yeah,
So it's very hard for us northerners to actually leave the north in the summer, if you can believe it.
because
Yeah.
it's gorgeous.
Yeah. So we save
It's
up
like
all our
the
time.
perfect temperature. Usually it's
Yeah.
somewhere between 20 and 35,
Yeah,
which
it
is a
just
great
depends.
range.
Yeah.
Right? Depends on the day, and everything is so green and lush, and there's just beautiful sunrises and
Oh,
sunsets. Like,
they're
oh,
amazing. Big open
the
skies.
big open skies. It's just gorgeous. Like, I can't even describe to you, our viewers and listeners, how gorgeous summer is up north.
And then come like towards the end of July, that's all the canola ripens. And what canola is, that's the yellow. If you see fields and fields of yellow, and that's our whole, like they farm a lot of that up here. So yeah, it's just fields as far as you can see of
Of
yellow.
bright yellow,
Yeah.
beautiful flowering.
Saskatchewan
Yeah.
people, you'd get it because I know Saskatchewan grows a lot of canola. So
Yeah.
use canola. Yes.
And
Yeah.
see down here, I'm still north, but I'm south compared to Charlene.
Hmm.
So I am in this beautiful, lush interior rainforest, and we have huge ferns and like all this beautiful like moss and greenery, and it is just gorgeous. And we're just nestled into the Rocky Mountains. So we've got all these like steep mountains and beautiful waterfalls, and like it's just insane. So yeah, I have a really hard time leaving the north in the summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also have a hard time staying inside though.
Oh, me too. Me too. And that brings me to a question to our viewers and listeners, entrepreneurs, those that don't that are I would say handcuffed to the 9 to 5. How, do you, as an entrepreneur, do you work your butt off, say October to April, so that you can have the spring fever or the summer off? Like, how do other people, um, being self-employed, how do you handle this, especially right now when everything's starting to turn beautiful? Like, what do you do? Do you put your business to the side, or do you cut down on your workload, or have you saved enough? Um, yeah, I just know some people in our industry, um, sometimes they fall off the map come this time of year.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe we call that summer separation season.
Oh, that's what it is. Yes.
Yes, yes, because it's so gorgeous outside, and it's so tempting to just spend all of your waking moments as an entrepreneur, because when you work for yourself and you make your own schedule, I personally struggle with this every single summer, but I'm finding so far this spring it's not bad as long as I follow a schedule.
Mm,
So I get sunshine in the morning. I go
yeah.
outside for a little bit in the morning. And then I have my office hours in the part of the day where it's like, okay, my kid is at school, everything's quiet. Or even when he's out of school, we're just going to have that, 10 a.m. basically until 1 or 2. And
Yeah.
then that's it,
Yeah.
right? And then you just have to follow that schedule in order to stay for me because I have not built a business big enough to take the entire summer off yet. Not
Fair enough.
financially sound
Not
enough yet.
financially. Yeah. Yeah.
No. But I
And
am
that's
curious to hear from our viewers and listeners what they do.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, have you built whatever it is you're doing? Have you built it so that when you do step away, you still have a steady stream of income coming in? Because that is key to owning or being your own boss or being an entrepreneur. Generally, is you are able to step away and still have income generating without being
Yes.
hands on.
Yeah, that passive income is very
Yeah.
important. And I love how in our industry we get the opportunity to build that. Uh, some slower than others. I beat to my own drum.
Yeah, and fair enough. So you should.
Um, but I can see it starting, like I consistently get paid every pay cycle. It's just not thousands and thousands of dollars. It's just a couple hundred, but I mean, that's
Yeah, but
going to keep
still.
growing. And I love that.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for that moment where I can step away and my business still runs.
Yeah. And that was one of my main goals when I started is looking now, just so everybody knows I still have many years to go, but I was looking at what retirement looks like, and if you calculate like CPP and old age security, it's not very much.
Not.
Not very much. So my main goal was to make sure I built something to match that. Well, definitely overgrow that amount, right? On a
Yeah.
monthly consistent basis, right?
Mhm.
So I've achieved that. So if you can think, I still have many, 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 many more years to keep building that, because I really don't want to depend on my CPP and old age security.
Yeah, well, and you can't depend on somebody else.
Mm.
That's the government, right?
Yeah,
And then, you can't depend on somebody else for your security and your future. You
no,
have to do it for yourself.
exactly.
It comes back to that old adage, what is it? If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself.
Yeah. I use that so many times when my kids are growing up. I'll just do
And
it.
and you know what? Why would you put the hands of your retirement and your freedom
Yeah.
in control of someone else?
Yep.
No, thank you. No,
No.
thank you.
No.
I'd rather plan.
Yeah. Yeah. And lucky for you, you're still young, young, young. You
Yes.
got many more years than I do. Ah, yeah.
Well, that's the great thing about our industry is, we get to help each other. So
Yeah.
as I grow, so do you. And, that's going to help you plan for your retirement. And that's something that's beautiful, is that we get to help the people that we love and help each other grow. So I think that my youngness will help your retiredness.
Perfect. Ah, yeah.
uh,
And that's something too, you guys. I mean, I speak to a lot of young 20-year-olds. What's that? That's not millennials, that's Gen Z.
I
What's
have
20?
no idea.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
get so
I think it's
confused
Gen
by all
Z.
of that.
Yeah. And then, I'm like, yeah, like just start something small because before you know it, you're 45. And then before you know it, you're 55. And you're like, holy crap. So I
Mhm.
have, quite a few of that 23 to 28-year-olds that are doing very well with their savings, etc. Like it's amazing to see and watch.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really
it's
cool.
incredible. And like I get so frustrated with my own kid because I keep telling him how important it is. And he does have some savings plans started. But it's like, Kate, you are making a crap ton of money right now and you have no responsibilities other than your rent and your food and your utilities. But
Yeah.
like literally you don't have a kid, you don't have a wife, you don't have a car payment because you own your car cash. Like take every freaking penny and just start putting it away for now because it soon in your life you're going to gain those responsibilities,
Yeah.
which is a great thing, not a bad thing, but you won't have as much flexibility in your budget. So now's the time because you
Yeah.
have time in the market, growth, all of those things that we look at, and you have the flexibility. So do it now. I'm like, just do
Yeah.
it.
Oh, it's so true. And especially, you know, being able to get a really good paying job without considering, putting money away, because what happens is we get caught up in the need it now, right? So, oh, I need that new vehicle. Oh, I need that new quad. Oh, I need blah 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 blah, right?
Yeah.
And then now you're in payments. But the only
Oh,
payment you forgot about was the payment to the savings account.
yes.
Yeah.
I actually had someone say that to me the other day, and it peeved me off. And I actually yelled at him because he's a really close friend. So I had
Okay.
permission to yell at him. But he's like, yeah, I can't afford a motorbike, but I sure can't afford $200 a month. I'm like, no, you can't. Stop
It's so
it.
true.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you can afford that $200 a month, then you should save it and buy the motorbike cash because you're not paying interest that way.
I wonder where, I wonder how we shifted as a society because my parents never had credit. Like that the credit card,
Yeah.
but they never, if they didn't have the cash, they didn't buy it.
Right?
Like nothing, like new furniture. They never had a new vehicle when I was growing up. It was always used.
Yeah, us too.
Um, she budgeted, my mom budgeted meals. Like you can guarantee what you're getting Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gardened. Um, yeah, like so where's that shift? When did it happen that all of a sudden we have all this credit and holy smokes.
I really don't even know. I just remember my mom talking about, like, don't try to keep up with the Joneses, is what she
Yeah,
said. Because the Joneses probably have a lot of debt,
yeah,
right? And those were her exact words. And I remember that. And I totally lost that vision when I became an adult because some company handed me a $4,000 credit card at
yeah,
19 years old when I make $24,000 a year.
yeah.
And I have
Woohoo!
two kids, or well, I had a kid and a step kid. And and then all of a sudden I don't understand the concept of
No.
debt and how it can really cycle you into this bad. It can be good, but it can also be bad, right? If you don't
Yeah,
have the education on how to use it.
yeah.
And I all of a sudden I was like, "Oh, well, I get to have this and I get to have that and I'll pay it back on payday."
Oh
But then
yeah.
payday comes and it's $900 and you still have to feed your family
Yep.
and you're like, well, my credit card is at $900 and I owe rent and I owe this. And I'm like, well, I can only pay $100 towards that. And that's when the cycle begins.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, they're calling, hey, would you like us to up your limit?
Oh, they even call? Usually they just upped it.
And I was like, oh, that's great. Then I wouldn't be at max capacity. And then that way, it'll build my credit again. And I just won't use it
Yeah. It'd be
until
interesting
you
actually
do.
to actually do some research on that to see where that, people that were born from the 30s, like my mom and dad are mid 30s, to people born in the 40s, 50s, 60s. Like, I feel like things must have started changing in the 80s, 80, 90s, somewhere in
Yeah,
there. And look at how quickly, like, the stat on Canadian household debt right now
it's
it's
scary.
mind boggling. It's
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where that changed. I mean, I know for right now, like the ultimate debt change was during COVID, because a lot of people had to rely on debt to survive because CERB payments weren't enough. And so I know that there's a lot of people that were like, I was okay until that, right?
Yeah.
But I really don't think that that was the precursor.
No, 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 no,
I
no.
think they already had the available credit,
Yeah.
you know? So, yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
when it
I don't
really
know why I
hit.
just kind of thought of that. Be kind of, I'm sure there must be a study of that somewhere. Be interesting
There has
to,
to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Maybe
Just
we'll
be,
we'll do some research and tell our viewers on the next podcast. By
yeah.
the way, we figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I
Yeah.
even thinking back, like in the 80s, I was a teenager, and then the 90s, an adult. And I remember when Mike and I bought our first brand new truck together, and that first payment came out, I was about threw up, right? Because it looked great on paper.
Yeah.
But then when it came out of the bank account, I was like, oh my God, what have we done?
Yeah. My truck payment is ridiculous. And
Oh, yeah.
so I was in a position where I had had two unfortunate vehicle incidences. One, had my vehicle in the shop for 8 months, and then we used our savings to purchase a car cash, and then that car got totaled. and now we're carless and savingless.
Yeah.
And so now what are we supposed to do?
Yeah. Yeah. And then,
Right?
and that's, unfair. And that's a good point too, Tanisha. I mean, like, I always say, oh, because we're putting our wants before our needs, or is it needs before wants? Anyways, always get the two mixed up. But yeah, life circumstances can put you in a terrible position.
Yeah.
Because, like you say, you
What I
had the
wished we
savings.
had have done though is I wished we had have like talked more in depth to the people that had our car in the shop, because they had they might have had a loaner vehicle, right? I did eventually get a loaner vehicle from them, but we jumped the gun, right? And my husband was like, nope, that's it, we're just gonna go buy a truck. And instead of thinking it through and looking at all of the options,
Yeah,
because now we're in this truck payment for the next, I think we
forever.
did it over 8 years, like,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous, just to be, oh man, I just can't wait to pay that off. We're working on paying it off faster, but still, it's like 8 years you're into this payment. That's like
Mhm.
a lot of money a month,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, like always, I would say don't jump into things, and always just think it through before you make a decision when it comes to payments, because there
And that's
might
the
be
thing
a
too.
solution that you haven't thought of.
And that's the thing too, as humans, we base a lot of our decision making on our emotions.
Hmm.
So
Yes. Yeah.
just throwing that out there.
Yeah. But here's the positive thing. Okay,
Yes.
let's talk about debt in a positive manner since we went down this. You can use debt to really, really, really grow your wealth too, right? Because there are different types of debt. There is different strategies to pay down the bad debt and get yourself in good debt, because there is good debt.
Yep.
And there are ways to buy assets that feed your debt, right? Because debt is tax free.
This is
Right?
true.
Robert Kiyosaki talks about this in his book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, right? Debt is tax free. And if you build assets that pay you residual income with that, there are cycles that can actually be very positive. So there are negatives and there are positives, but that's why you should be talking to a professional, someone who knows what they're doing, to teach you these rules and teach you how to utilize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. The secrets of the 9%ers.
Yeah. There's a song from Myra, The Secrets of the Rich and Famous, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good song.
Cool. Well, that's about all I've got for today, Tanisha.
Oh, we're
I'm
gonna
done.
have a short one for our viewers, are we?
Yeah, I've got to do. I got to play catch up now that I took my little spring vacay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got. My brain is full of my list. I should have wrote it on paper because sometimes a good paper dump frees up the space.
Yeah, I have to write things down. I am a writer for sure. When my brain starts to get jumbled, I just put it
Yeah,
on paper, and then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, checklist. It may be a jumbled list, but
yeah,
I can read it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then also like if you keep it all tied upstairs, then for me, anyways, I find then nothing gets done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Because what I said to you yesterday, I'm like, okay, I have to do this, but I'll start it and then I'll go do something else, and I'm like, no, but I need to get this done, and I did. I sat there and did 3 hours of it, but it was really hard.
To focus.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too. I did my okay, so in our industry, we are a highly regulated industry, and we have to have what's called continuing education credits. So we have to prove that we're still learning and that we're staying up with the new times, and that we can still properly help our clients. There's things like best practice and ethical, I'm losing the
being
word for it,
ethical.
but anyway, being ethical and having
Yeah,
integrity with your clients, doing the right thing at all times, right?
yeah,
And so we have to make sure that we're keeping up on all these courses every year in order to renew our government license. And so that's what I was working on yesterday as well as Charlene. And we focused and I finished my CE credits and it was like,
Yeah,
yay.
yeah. So today that's still on my list, but it's going to be pushed down a bit because I have a couple of things that have to be moved to the more urgent side. And
Mhm.
yeah,
Usually client stuff, right?
yeah, yeah. So a
Yeah,
few
client
client things to
related
do.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, but but when you're a work at home person, it's so easy to be like anything to get away from paperwork. That's when the toilets get cleaned and the floors get mopped, and you know what I mean, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, trust me. Yes.
Yeah.
Paperwork. I was literally just telling Garrett yesterday. I said I opened my email and I'm like, oh man, I need an assistant.
I know. And then I said the same thing to you when we were talking. I'm like, I just need somebody to come clean up my emails.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
because as soon as I open it, I just go instant overwhelm. I'm like, oh gosh, here we go.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
something too they talk about in your scheduling. You're supposed to be like, okay, this is your email time and to deal with all emails. And then you delete them when you're done with them, right?
Yeah.
And imagine if we did that.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That is something that Garrett said to me. He's like, how do you possibly be so organized in life? And then I open like my email, my personal email. My work email is a little bit better, but my personal email, he's like, and there's 3,000 freaking emails that you have not deleted. Like, how possibly are you so organized in your other parts of your life and your email is that much of a shit show?
Right? Oh,
He's
yeah.
like,
Oh,
no
I hear
wonder
you.
your brain
Struggle's
is so
real.
full.
Struggle's real.
Yeah, it is. All right. Well, you know what? To our viewers and listeners, thank you so much for following us and listening today. And as always, subscribe and follow. It really supports us in knowing that we have people to talk to. And let us know in the comments or, send us an email, search us out on Facebook, social media, anywhere, and chat with us if you have questions and let us know how you deal with the spring fever and the summer bug of being an entrepreneur because we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
And as always, if you want to be a guest on our show, please reach out to us because we love to hear about other people's real life stories in different aspects of life. So,
Yeah, 100%. All right, everybody, get your work done so you can go out and play. Have a great
yeah.
day.
Bye.
Bye.